After their secret encounter, Bree knows it can't be the one and only reunion. Can she convince Victor to take their situationship a step further? Will his wife, Tamia, agree to share her man? Once Bree opens a boudoir photography studio aptly named Breadcrumbs, a series of mishaps begin to unfold. Bree's choices leave her navigating a twisted path to self-acceptance. So, I just want to pause right here to just remind you that you can pre-order the Kindle edition today on Amazon.com. You will be able to pre-order the paperback edition as early as Tuesday, also on Amazon.com. The book officially releases next Saturday, December 9th, and it will be available in other bookstores as soon as I'm able to get them in there. Let me see what you guys are talking about really quickly in here. Yes, Darniki. This book is fire, period. Yes. Okay, the queen of singing songs, says Fairy Skate Mother, paying attention to the lyrics. Yes. Okay. Yes, Katie. Yes. I'm trying to bring the heat, y'all. We want entertainment. Hey, Ronnie. Yes, thank y'all for being here. Okay, so I'm actually going to be reading from part 2, chapter 7, which begins with a quote from SZA from the song The Weeknd. All right. So part 2 is called The Flow. And it starts with, how you want me when you got a girl. The feeling is reckless of knowing it's selfish. Okay. Chapter 7. You good? I've been watching the news. Tired. We caught 3 cases in 2 days, waiting for the attorney to sign and approve my warrant. Oh, wow. Go get 'em, baby. If you want some comfort. I'm too busy. Just send me some breadcrumbs. I'll feel better. I smiled and surveyed my environment. Lush gazebo, Potomac River waterfront. Where could I go? The garden with the wedding reception I was hired to photograph was beautiful. Yet there was no way I could get away with posing seductively outside of this event. And why should I risk it all? This gig was my bread and butter. I turned on the video feature on my phone and recorded my footsteps as I walked from outside, capturing the exotic flowers in my feet, to inside the old Georgian building with exquisite architectural details. The stalls were huge and each was closed with a heavy wooden door. I hung the camera from the hook on the door, peeled my clothes off, caressed my breasts and hips before uploading the video to our Instagram chat using vanishing mode. Victor sent back a drooling emoji. You want some? Always. You okay? Yes, I just miss you. Miss you too. I'll call you as soon as I can. Okay. He wouldn't call me. In fact, he'd begun to call me less and less and text me more and more. For whatever reason, he seemed most comfortable texting or DMing me. I think it was how he remained disinvested from what was happening with us. He didn't have to hear the emotions in my voice, and reading what I wrote made it easier for him to focus on the act, not the feelings associated with it. I opened the group chat with Siobhan and Tiffany. Let's meet up at Union Market for drinks at 5. I could use one. Yes, and we can drive by your new storefront, Siobhan responded. The grand opening will be here before you know it. First round of drinks on me, Tiffany texted. Maybe you'll finally let me get a sneak peek inside. I responded, maybe. There had been a few hiccups since I'd taken over occupancy. The electric was not up to code and needed to be updated to sustain my operation. There were some minor water pressure issues that needed to be rectified along with the new HVAC and a new HVAC system. I needed new windows in the front and both exterior and interior paint. There were a lot of things I wanted to make the place special. I worked with a web designer who also helped develop branding materials for my company, including a beautiful logo and signage for the store. Things were coming along. There was a little something I'd been keeping from the girls, and they knew everything about me. I unlocked my phone and let my thumb hover over the blue and white app icon before clicking it. My True Fans profile popped up. For the past 6 weeks, I'd uploaded 12 of the breadcrumbs I'd been sending Victor to the site. Of course, I had the sense of mind to crop my face and wear different wigs, but my naked body was definitely now a part of cyberspace. One detail that was most notable was my birthmark, shaped like a near-perfect circle on my lower back. There was no hiding that part of my identity. Money rolled in at a steady clip. I'd made an extra $300 to $500 each week, more than I thought I'd get, and definitely more than what Victor had ever cashed out me. The more followers I gained, the more money trickled into my account. It was too easy not to consider quitting. As a matter of fact, I was loving it just as much as I loved making breadcrumbs for Victor. From buying the lingerie, loving on my body, strip teasing for the camera, I just imagined Victor's eyes were on me. It didn't take much for me to finger myself with thoughts of his mouth on me. I was an exhibitionist to his voyeurism. Excuse me. After a slight crop to remove everything above my nose, I clicked new post and added the same media I just sent Victor at the wedding reception from the bathroom. An hour later, I walked into the open-air indoor bazaar with a mix of eateries, vendors, and bars. The brilliant aroma and delicious-smelling authentic cuisine filled the space. My mouth watered. I saw Tiffany first. She was wearing a black and white houndstooth print fitted blazer and a red blouse with the pussy bow. She looked cute with her short haircut. "Red wine?" she asked. "Actually, I want a margarita." "One of those days?" Tiffany asked. I nodded. "Oh, there's Siobhan now." Her huge blonde afro and peacock print kimono made her something to behold in this packed place. Her height added to her breathtaking stride as she worked her way over to where we were sitting. "Hey, ladies," Siobhan asked, leaning down to hug Tiffany and then me. "Come on, selfie real quick." We squeezed together so she could snap a couple flicks. "What are you drinking?" Tiffany asked, signaling the bartender. "It doesn't matter, as long as it's not wine," she said. "What's so wrong with wine?" Tiffany asked. "Nothing," Siobhan laughed. "I just don't want to get drowsy and fuck those calories. I'll start feeling my age and need a fucking nap." We all laughed with an agreeing nod. I ordered another mango margarita for her. "Well, forget y'all. I am my age," Tiffany announced. "What's going on with this Darian?" I asked. "So far, so good, I guess. Mr. Dating app ain't so bad. I mean, it's still early and there are some hoes, but I'm tired of being alone." "Hoes?" I asked. "I mean, he has a job, not a career." "What do you mean?" Siobhan asked. "Can he pay his bills or what?" Tiff nodded. "It's just I didn't see me being with someone who does the type of work he does." "Well, what type of work is it, Tiff?" Siobhan asked. She sighed and shook her head. "He's just so not marriage material." "He can screw like a mother, though. He has a job, but it's a job that's hard on his body. He works for Comcast, putting in underground lines and whatnot." "Oh, wow. Underground?" I asked. "Yes, he literally goes underneath the ground in the sewers sometimes. Can you believe I'm dating a man that does that?" "No, I can't, actually," Siobhan said, shaking her head. "Yes, and his hours are super crazy, 9 at night to 5 in the morning. He makes decent money, though. He just spends most of his time off sleeping, numbing from the pain his body goes through, or gambling at MGM, Charlestown Races, or Maryland Live." "Damn, he goes to all three?" I asked. I couldn't believe my self-righteous friend was dating a stone-cold gambler. "Yes," she said, shaking her head. "How the hell I end up with a man like this on my roster? Besides the D, he's so not the type of man I want to be with long time. But I swear, I'm not trying to be 41 and single, never married, no kids." "Girl," I shook my head. "This is why women like us be ending up alone. What kind of dumb shit is this to say?" "He's a nice guy, so I'm going to see where it goes," Tiff said. Siobhan sighed. "Well, I know the sound is settling when I hear it." "We all can't be as content and alone as you," Tiffany shot back. "Hell, we don't all have sexy young-ass Washington Wizards sliding in our DMs either," I said. Siobhan fake fanned herself and blew a kiss. He just wanted some exclusive clothes. That's it. That's all. I know blushing when I see it, Tiffany added. Anyway, Siobhan said, giggling. You hear from Victor today, Bree? I nodded just as the bartender placed drinks in front of me and Siobhan. He said he's had 2 cases in 3 days. Yeah, this city has been off the damn chain. Every time I turn the news on, something wild is happening. I honestly don't even like leaving my house at all anymore, Tiffany said. Just nonstop shooting and killing. It makes me so sad. I always end up thinking about my brother Samir, I said. Oh, Bree, he didn't deserve that at all, Tiffany said. Not at all, Siobhan added. Yeah. In a weird way, seeing Victor working those cases makes me feel better. I guess I can understand that, but I have just one question, Tiffany said. Do you plan not to date anyone else while you're linking up with him? Y'all have been going pretty strong for some months now. I mean, I don't want to sleep with anyone else. You don't have to sleep with anyone else, but don't just isolate away and wait for him to want to link up with you, Siobhan said. You'll be setting yourself up for disappointment. Maybe Victor will be the reason you don't feel the need to be intimate with other guys you meet. Go ahead and get you a little emotional support pet. An emotional support pet? I asked, confused. You know what I mean. Someone you're not physically attracted to, but who strokes your ego, is there to listen to your problems, maybe send you a little dough when you need it, ask you how you are and whatnot and really means it, maybe even take you out to eat or on a few dates in ESP. I fell out laughing at the table. Sounds like a flunky to me. Hell, it's not a bad idea, Tiffany said. Now, how y'all don't mind me simping some dude, but you have a problem with me sleeping with a married man? I don't have a problem with it, Siobhan said. I just don't want you to get hurt because you still think you love him. And you and the wife will get hurt, Tiffany added. You are so worried about the wife, Tiffany, I said, rolling my eyes. Do you know her? No, I don't know her. I just feel for her. Bree, just hop on the dating apps like me. No, thank you, I said. But what if I really needed Victor for something other than D and a warm chest to lie on? Do y'all think if I had a heart attack while Victor and I were screwing, he'd call for help? Or would he just leave me there? Bitch, he better get you some damn help, Siobhan laughed. Maybe you shouldn't be fucking him if you don't think he'd call, Tiffany shrugged. He could at least call the ambulance once he got back to his car, I said, laughing. But for real, the thought messed with my head. He'd be revealing his affair. He'd be jeopardizing his job. His whole world would come crashing down. At the end of the day, he had far more to lose with our little tryst than I did. My stomach clenched, and I don't know if it was the drinks or the appetizer, but I rubbed it until the queasy feeling went away. Yeah, well, I wouldn't worry about you having a heart attack as much as your ass stay working out and eating right, Siobhan said. Now, if he had a heart attack, what would you do, Bree? Siobhan asked. I'd get my baby some help immediately. The world would be damned. Fuck all that, I shouted. I bet your whole ass would. Gotta save the D. Tiffany shook her head, but me and Siobhan clinked glasses on that note. She and I cracked up laughing. When the conversation switched from me, I opened my notes and clicked on the last entry I made about me and Victor. Notes, Thursday, September 10th, Hampton Inn. Long blue dress, no panties. We both left work to have sex. He had to go back, though. Victor was so fascinated by the colorful new waist beads on my body. He told me to give him some kisses. I crawled up to him like a cat and kissed him long and deep over and over. Okay. Let me check these comments. OMG. Oh, so many of you joined. Not get that money. Very skate mother. Yes, get you a copy. December 9th is actually my birthday. Yes, thanks for letting everyone know.